Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're doing great. The first thing that instantly jumps out is the new inventory system. If you've been around long enough, you know the old one could get clunky during tense moments, like when you were trying to rearrange your gear in a firefight or scavenge through containers under pressure. The rework completely changes that. The UI feels cleaner and more responsive, items now behave logically, and there's a huge improvement in stacking, splitting, and combining things. Searching containers doesn't feel like punishment anymore. It's faster, smoother, and the backend optimizations actually make it feel like the game is running better overall. It's one of those updates where you don't realize how much you needed it until you start playing with it. Moving on to the world itself, there's been a bunch of attention poured into the NPCs and puppets. The AI has leveled up in ways that make encounters less predictable. Armed NPCs have smarter behaviors, and they now drop loot that actually makes sense, which adds a layer of realism to scavenging after a fight. There's more personality in the way they react and move, and it makes the wilderness feel less like a routine grind and more like a living, breathing battleground. You'll notice those little moments when an NPC flanks differently or fires at smarter angles that make you double take and realize just how much the AI has grown up. Then there are the vehicles. This update expands the driving experience again with new rides and tweaks to existing ones. And it honestly feels like they're edging closer to that post-apocalyptic survival fantasy where the roads are yours to conquer. Handling has been adjusted and vehicles respond better on different terrains. The addition of new customization touches gives players more personality when they hit the road with their squad. It's clear the team wants vehicles to feel like an extension of your survival toolkit rather than just a means of transportation. And speaking of squads, the new emblem system is such a cool touch. It might not sound huge at first, but once you start applying your own designs and colors, it adds an identity to your group that makes multiplayer sessions way more personal. You can tell the devs are listening to feedback about social play. SCUM has always had this balance between hardcore survival and creative freedom, and the emblem system slides perfectly into that balance. It's stylish without being gimmicky. Performance-wise, you'll notice smoother gameplay overall. The patch is loaded with stability fixes, improved network handling, and a lot of background optimization that doesn't get flashy headlines but changes how reliable the game feels. Those random frame drops and weird inventory delays that used to creep in are mostly ironed out. The devs also tackled some long-standing bugs that were haunting weapon handling, crafting interfaces, and environmental clipping issues. It's refreshing to see a patch where you can feel the polish without losing the gritty charm SCUM is known for. There's also a new experimental feature called the PlaySafe ID system. It's still in early testing, but it's meant to strengthen account security and give players more control over their identity inside the game. It shows the devs are thinking long-term, not just about content, but about keeping the community secure and the ecosystem stable. What really stands out about this update is how community-driven it feels. The team actually rolled out a public alpha before this full release, listened to feedback, and fine-tuned based on what players were saying. You can tell a lot of love went into refining small details that casual players might overlook, but veterans instantly appreciate. Things like smoother animations when managing inventory, better sound transitions when driving, improved puppet pathfinding. All those micro details add up to a version that just feels cohesive. By the time you've played a few hours of the long haul, it's hard to go back. The experience feels cleaner, more alive, and more consistent. Whether you're looting a base, cruising down a dirt road, or coordinating a squad ambush, you'll notice how fluid everything has become. SCUM has always been about realism, but this update leans into that realism without losing the fun. It's the kind of patch that doesn't just fix problems. It gives the game new energy, new pace, and a new reason to jump back in. So yeah, the long haul isn't just another version bump. It's a signal that SCUM is growing into something more refined and balanced. It rewards those who've stuck around since the early days and invites new players into a smoother, more immersive survival world. Whether you're here for the chaos, the crafting, or the challenge, this update has something that'll grab you and pull you back into the grind in the best way possible.